Hello ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to show you, in my opinion, the best Greater Rift pushing build for Monk. Here you can see I get almost 400% more damage from the monsters. And I do almost 80% less damage than normally. So let's get straight into it. First skill is going to be Fist of Thunder. This skill is mostly used to move around monsters and avoid getting stuck. Also, it's really great getting you positioned for your more important skills. And you also use it to do cheap damage on bosses. Next skill is going to be Inner Sanctuary. With this skill, you need Solace of the Peaks. This legendary makes Sanctuary have ground damage and also chills enemies for 40%. You also want to use Respite Side legendary on offhand to have 30% increased duration on Sanctuary for longer chills and damage period. We use this skill to keep you safe from the mobs and to keep them still on your other damaging skills. It is also the longest damaging ability on our set, but with its 30-second cooldown, its damage per minute is not that high. It's still mandatory for keeping enemies still and keeping you safe. Next skill is going to be Cyclone Strike. With this skill, you need Storm Spirit legendary. It makes Cyclone a tornado that continually damages enemies around it. You also want to use Path of the Storm legendary pants for 20% damage reduction after the skill is used. This is not mandatory, but with this build we don't have better options for pants. This skill is our main damaging ability with 12 seconds cooldown and 6 seconds uptime. It boasts the highest TPM of our kit. This skill is used inside Sanctuary or to kite mobs while the Sanctuary is on cooldown. Next skill is going to be 7-sided Strike. With this skill you need Spirit Reach legendary. This makes 7-sided to do continual damage on the monsters inside it. This skill is also used inside Sanctuary or for kiting monsters. Next and the last skill is going to be Wave of Light. With this ability you want to use Radiant Sun legendary soldiers. This skill has the lowest cooldown of all our abilities in this kit, but also the lowest damage, but it will add up over time. This skill is also used inside Sanctuary or for kiting monsters. Now we know what skills and legendaries to use. Now you also want to have set items, and Grace of Flagellant increases persistent ground damage abilities, and every ability in this pool uses persistent ground damaging abilities. And with 4 set piece, it also damages enemies when you hit them 5 times. And every tick on our abilities are counted as 1 hit. So that stacks up really quickly. This set is mandatory in this build. This set increases the damage output by a lot. Now, I won't go into the gems in this video, that will be on another video entirely. Now, few tips for the build. You want to stack all your abilities on one place, and circle, kite or whatever you need to keep the enemies on the abilities, and you at the safe distance. Here you can see how you should move and stack the abilities to stay alive and do as much damage as possible. Also remember to use Fists of Thunder to not get stuck and reposition yourself behind the enemies to keep them on the damaging abilities. This is a lot harder on phones, but you have option to aim your melee ranged attacks, so you still can do it on phones. It's just going to be harder than just clicking. If you do use it on phone, you need to set a little delay so you can actually aim where you land. And here we actually have the hardest boss that Challenge Rifts can spam, to show how it will perform on bosses. Monk's worst part is killing the bosses, and this build has the best time to kill bosses. You can see, you need to move around, hit few times, move around. Depends on the bosses and what they're going to do. You can also just leave the abilities on the ground and just not hit them, but it will be little more damage if you hit them once or twice. Now you can enjoy the rest of the video, or stop the video if you were here only for the gear and tips. And consider leaving a like and subscribe, that will really motivate me to make more of these. Thank you for watching. And here I'm just waiting for the minions to despawn, so I don't have to deal with them when I respawn.
Survive much longer.